In today's video, we are going to discuss and deconstruct a mortgage broker funnel. So what I'm going to deconstruct is Mortgage Pros. If you have heard of them, Mortgage Pros is a very, very successful mortgage brokerage within Australia. And as I said in today's video, I'm going to literally deconstruct their $100 million funnel step by step by step, showing you on what you can do to improve your ads, improve your copy, and also to make sure you get people who are continually remaining on the page. So in today's video, I'm going to explain all of that and cover that in a bunch of detail so I can show you how to replicate that and do it for yourselves, whether you're running a real estate agency or you're running a brokerage, or even if you're running a financial advisory. All of these are going to be useful because you guys all have similar clients. But as I said, in today's video, I am going to be uncovering and breaking down a mortgage brokerage. So yeah, let's just move forward. But before that, if you guys want to learn more, here's the thing. I help people like yourself. So as I said, basically financial advisors, financial coaches, real estate agents, as well as brokerages with making their agency more money. So what I can do is I can help you guys generate more revenue consistently through ads, through content. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. So if I was you guys, I'd click the link down below, claim your free application, and then we can move forward from there. So yeah, let's just start to break down the ads to begin with, because the ads are the most important thing. So here's the thing. So the thing is with ads are very, very important because you need to be very particular on your intent, who you're targeting, what your messaging is, because it's all very important at the end of the day, because people aren't going to find you, or people aren't going to want to work with you if you do not have a select messaging of, people who they want to work with. You need to be so selective with your messaging, especially in the financial and real estate space, because one of the biggest problems I see is that most people think, I'm a broker, or hey, I'm a real estate agent. I'm not actually there to help my customer move forward. Here's the thing, you can easily make that look like that's the case, but by having the right strategies and actually having the right template and, as I said, like ad strategy, it can become a lot simpler. So let me just uncover that. So you know how there is multiple different ways of funneling people in. So you understand that there's a top of funnel, there's a middle of funnel, and there's a bottom of funnel. So the thing is with ads, bottom of funnel, middle of funnel, and then top of funnel. Here's the thing with ads. A lot of people use their ads as a lot of top of funnel because it just more so gets the audience awareness. It is so important to get the audience awareness because there's so many people who do not know what you do. And the thing is, as well, is ads, basically all you got to do is trade your dollars for more views. And I know what you're thinking. Getting more people to see what I do, what I sell isn't really the most applicable thing in the world. But you're going to realize once you start to go down the whole campaign layer, it is actually one of the best things, because also, let's just say they move down to like that buyer state where they want to buy. If you get them in for cheaply with a correct top of funnel and a correct strategy to use for top of funnel, then you're able to move them down more and more and more. And this is also where you need to partner and pair content, just helping them, allowing them to move forward, helping them understand you can solve their problem and figuring out what is the best solution for them. So I just want to cover some of the ads. So these ads are what I like to call, so these ads are broad ads, because these ads are only targeting one particular type of prospect, where I would recommend having, yes, you need ads covering prospect 1, but also you need ads covering prospect 2, prospect 3, prospect 4, and the list goes on and on and on. Because the thing is, when you have an ideal prospect who you want to work with, this one, it can all be coming down to the same characteristics, the same personality. But the only thing is that, especially with the way that ads are working these days, it makes it so much more difficult. And this is where I have noticed this is happening, especially with Mortgage Pro, because they are only targeting doctors, for example. I'm going to show you the ad in a little bit. So they're only targeting doctors. And when you only target doctors, the way that the new Andromeda update works is that, okay, you put cash into here. The cash goes into the machine. Once it goes into the machine, it has to go to multiple small little areas, because look, ICP 1, so that's your ideal prospect 1. ICP 2, I'm just going to call it I2, so that's I3, and then I4. When you have an ad that covers the particular type of prospect and you have very, very few, it is all just, let's just say, ad set 1, and then you got ad set 5. So here's the thing, like all those ad sets are only just covering one particular type of prospect. So let's just say there's 5 ads in a row who are covering one particular type of prospect, even though it's more like an ad than an ad set. But you got multiple different ads covering one particular type of prospect. Those ads are going to be fighting against each other. Those ads are going to be attacking each other, minimizing your return, minimizing your ability to help your prospect to move forward. And it's all just going to be coming into this one puddle and then just draining it all up. When you've got these 4 other people who are in similar situations who might be slightly off of your ICP, but they can also be good characters who you can work with, who you can grow with, who you can develop with. Even let's just say this one basically moves forward in the next 24 months. This one moves forward in the next 12 months. This one moves forward in the next let's just say 3 to 6 months. They're all important because you've got to realize that everyone goes apart their buyer's journey. And let's just say you only target one type of prospect. With the new Andromeda update, it is going to have your money competing against your own money. And that is something that you really do not want, because that's when you're going to start losing money. That's when you start to not get as many prospects. And what's the point of having stuff that you have compete against each other? Who does it help? Who does it gain? It helps no one. So let's just quickly uncover this one. So I was going through the ad library and I was seeing this ad. Firstly, let's uncover this. So they obviously got a target market of doctors, which is pretty obvious. Doctors who want to either get into owning their own residential property or doctors who want to own a investment property. So this is presuming it's a first time buyers for doctors. So as I said, that's pretty obvious. So, and obviously they got a clear ICP and a clear hook. The one thing I would say is that I would have a more specific ICP. Let's just say GPs, you need to hear this. Or if you're a GP needing to buy a house, have a watch at this, because then with that hook, you can then add that curiosity in, because it's all fairly logical and it's all fairly procedure. So if you look at the thing is with doctors, you get, okay, let me just go over here. The thing is with doctors is that you get 2 very different type of prospects. With doctors, you either get a prospect that is more so very emotional, very empathetic, very wanting to move forward, or you get a doctor on the other side who is, so look, there's the emotional doctors who will act on a whim. And then there's the logical doctors. So there's doctors who do it because they love it. And there's doctors who do it because they believe they need to. And as you can tell, that they're more focused on the logical side of doctors. So that's already more narrowed down. That's great. Okay, doctors. Okay, so then we focus on the logical side. Let's just say your goal is to build up your finances and then buy your first house. Okay, perfect. So we got these 2 down. Okay, perfect. And let's just say, given Australia, most doctors make at least about 120 to 180K within their first few years of practicing it. The degree does take about 10 years. So to take that in consideration, okay, sweet. So they're not buying till about the age of 30, till they've had kids, till they've had more stuff go on in life. Okay, perfect. They become their perfect prospect. And also the thing is as well, is that they show a history of being reliable. Look, they've had income, they've gone through university, they've paid their HECS debt, they're able to move forward, yada, yada, yada. All this stuff is important. Okay, so doctors. So they're assuming that the doctors don't have the $0. That is fine, given what they currently do. But it's like, if you want to target someone who has more money or someone who has more financial stability, would you think, hey, maybe that puts it under stress, maybe that puts it under pressure, maybe put it under stress? Like, think about that equation a bit more. Okay, and then let's just say we target let's just say for this sake, it's only logical doctors. So it's more so just focusing on that first time buyers. Okay, let's just go back into the video. Okay, we're going back into the video. Yes, the reason why low deposit pathways for medical professionals is because they earn that much, and it's pretty standard, pretty straightforward. If you're earning about 180K a year, let's just say that's about, 15K a month, not including taxes. Let's just say that's about 15K a month. That's 165. That's more like, what is it? More like 11 grand a month. But yeah, that's not including the other ones. And also the thing is, with the 100% financing, that is also something new that has come in over the last few years, because no one was able to do this prior. It's only people who have income over certain limits, and also people who have limited resources, or people who are allowed on their HECS debt. So yeah, that's fine. But the thing is that it's 100% of the property value. So if you think about it, okay, perfect. So we're aiming for doctors who have no money, who will end up making money. Okay, that's perfect. So we then have to charge them 105%. 105%. It's like, if you think about it, that's a lot. So generally it'll be about 100 grand. It'll take them about a year to pay that off. Oh, not 100 grand. It'll probably take them about 6 to 12 months to pay it off. realistically. Let's just say they have wife. Let's just say they have kids. Let's just say they've got a partner. They've got kids. They have just got in the field. But 105%, that's going to take them 12 months to pay off for just their original deposit, which is fine, but we just keep moving forward. But you've also limit down the amount of people who you are willing to work with, as I said, which is fine, but you will limit down the prospects that you need to get. You'll be better off getting the doctors who are more so investors or doctors who want help moving forward with their financing than people who are just starting off in the field, which is completely fine because it's just basically giving you a brief uncovering of what it is. Yes, most brokers don't know how to structure it because it's a difficult deal in place and because it's literally adds a bit more complexity to it because I don't know too many brokers who are willing to do deposits unless their client actually has access to either 5% deposit on their first home buyers. And also that's perfect. But the one thing I could give them credit for is showing more testimonials and actually giving us more proof to see what's going on, what happened, and yeah, that gives you any more ideas. So yeah. Yep, the Google reviews, but we should also show them. Okay, perfect. So that's the first ad done. We're not going to go through every single ad set. So you see all these ads are competing against each other. Look, they all vary in times and they're all different. Like this one's a lower because the hook was terrible. Yeah, if you're a doctor, wow, who does that hook in? No one. But also remember, these prospects are not as adrenaline, not as dopamine driven. Some are, but obviously they're not the ones you want to work with. You need to be careful on the hook. As I said, doctors needing to finance their first home. Or you could even have, the biggest thing that these guys need to have is static creatives. You guys need to have static creatives that are saying, need approvals, first home buyers. Doctors need approval, first home buyers. Apply now or consult today. You need creatives like that because these ones are all competing against each other. These ones, especially this one, is wasting money. This one isn't doing too bad, to be honest, based on the statistics of it. Whereas let's just say they're probably spending about $1,000 a day on ads. Let's be real. They're probably spending about $1,000, maybe $2,000 a day on ads. So they're spending that much. And then obviously this is their best selling ad because as you can see, it's straight to the point. It's very, very much based on their ICP. So yeah, that's able to move forward. The thing is, this ad is also competing against this ad, the other ad after that, and that one. And then on top of that, these two. This is all obviously why this one has low impressions because the hook was terrible. And then let's even cover this one quickly. But this is where you need to have static ads so then you can compete. But also the thing is with static ads is that you can literally split test everything to such a high degree is that you can get an understanding. Hey, what type of prospects do we want to move in? What is the copy? What is the creative? Because I could honestly go through the copy now, but I do not have enough time. So this is when we go to the next part. So I clicked on a link and then not mortgage choice, then not mortgage choice. That's the one I was originally going to do. And then it got to mortgage pros. To find. Like, it's fine. It's understandable. You can get what you want. Obviously, you need all this information is all necessary. The thing is, as well, I would recommend adding is, let's just say you got doctors. Why don't you add heart surgeons? Because yes, you're going to get less impressions and less people who it's going to target, but you get a more of a specialized crowd. Let's just say heart surgeons, GP, nurses. Why don't you target these people? Because then you're able to basically limit down that data set and that data set to a smaller amount, and then you're actually able to move forward. Hold up. I think I'm on the wrong link. I don't know if I'm still on the right one. Okay, and then let's go to the landing page. The landing page is a whole nother thing entirely. The landing page is something which I would definitely fix. The thing is with the landing page, it's like, it looks perfect on paper. It's like who we help, our solution, about us, testimonials, contact us. Same thing as any other landing page. Obviously, you've got the logo there, and then it goes straight to the consulting, which is fine. And obviously, that's just gaining more credibility. But it's like, where is the copy at? Why should I trust you? Yes, we specialize in doctors. Yes, we got accountants. Yes, we got physiotherapists. Yes, we got other professionals. But we need to understand copy of what you do. And it's like, simply, when you click onto a page, it's like, okay, so we're the best winning broker. We've got medical professionals and we got the phone. It's like, cool. Everyone also has this in the field. Tell us a bit more about you. Why do you help them? Add a bit more of a copy. This is also my personal favorite. So look, this is one of my favorite brands out there, which is what I've also done my landing page based off of, but it's also a different target audience, but the messaging still remains the same. So King Kong, that's a competitor of mine. These guys do it fantastically. So obviously it goes straight to the point. Okay, hold up. Straight to the point via and then it goes straight into a VSL. The VSL gives you all the information that you need. It gives you the certainty, it gives you the guesswork. It makes sure that it is clear and concise. This is also what I'm doing my landing page based off of. And then it gives you a blurb. I'm just going about this just because this is a competitor of mine and because this looks amazing. So look, competitor of mine, basically everyone's struggling and addressing a pain point. Then obviously what we do, our services, going down more, how many people we've helped. The thing is with that current structure at the moment, it is award-winning broker, Sydney. We help medical professionals. It's like, cool. Only medical professionals will want to click on the link. No one else wants to click on the link. And it's like, cool, you got a 99.6% approval rate, but it's like, what else can you honestly, like that's great and all, but it's like, we need to see that. Obviously, we need to see that because it gains more trust, it gains more value straight away. But it's like, okay, you add this, you're better off adding a bit more about the business. You're adding more about the business over here. And then after that, you then put this here, then you put a blurb down, and then you start putting the stuff about your lenders. You then start putting about, okay, what is the current problem my customer is dealing with? How do I need to help them? What do I need to say? What do I need to do? You've got to think about what is your ICP through and through. How can I help them? They're coming from current pain point 1. They're having struggle with getting financing. They're thinking, going through the banks, I have to have a 5 or 10% deposit. What pain are they going through? You've got to remember, all this stuff is very, very important. And it's like, when it's not displayed in the first page, it makes it a lot difficult because you're not isolating out that core client. Yes, you're just saying, literally, special home loan offers for medical professionals. It's like, great. And it's like, obviously with the whole no obligation, get it back within 5 minutes during business hours. That's great and all. But it's like, what is getting them to move forward? This is also where I'd say as well, one of the most important things I would recommend doing is that putting an ad that's more like a Facebook ad, which is not more like a Facebook ad, which is more like an ad saying, home prices in Sydney is going up by 10% in this next financial year. What can you do as a doctor to save 10% on your wage? You need to read this today. Or some type of copy like that. Make it seem like it's an ad. Make it seem, not even like an ad, make it seem like it's news. Because people are going to click on that. Because what they come to Facebook is for news. Not to be like, hey, I want an ad. Because the thing is, these guys look like ads. Every one of these look ads. Yes, they're great for getting people in. Yes, if you want to isolate out a person, that is fine. Because then it's going to be like, hey, Meta's working out. Who do you need to work out? Who am I trying to work with? And then Meta obviously displays that. And then after that, we go to the traffic side. So this is currently a competitor. I know it's on my other. Hold up, let me just make sure I got the right one. Just make sure I got the right account. Is it my sign into Google? Let me just make sure I got the right one. Here we go. Okay, so Mortgage Pros. This is the company. Obviously, they work in Sydney. Free consultation. Perfect for your ICP. Free consultation. That's fine. Look at the bounce rate, though. It's literally over 1 in 3. That is scary. That's telling you, hey, you've got a landing page problem. You've got an ad problem. What is happening? And also the worst thing is that it's 1.26%, which also I've worked out to only be about 267 people per month. And I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of people. It ain't. It honestly ain't. The average view duration is 7 seconds. 7 seconds. You're not hooking them in. You're not adding any value. What can you do to make this better? And then this is when I said you need to add a hook. You need to add that free value in first. Let's just say, hey, here's a table, here's a spreadsheet to help you buy your first house. So look, this is where it is in consideration to everyone else. Look, bounce rate, visits, it's gone down. Obviously, Australia and India made ones. Look, so obviously with the keywords, it's fine because it's obviously they're working for their specific ICP, which is fine. And obviously, so let's just do the math on it real quick. Real quick. So given the average home loan in Australia is, so let's just say the average home loan in Australia is currently sitting at 700. So let's just say 750 for this one, for example. So average home loan in Australia is 750. So what we do, so let's just say it's 4,807, let's just say $4,750 commission. This times by 0.2. This is also with the current landing page, but because they're getting so many people in, they're spending so much money on ads, and also because the business has been around, it technically works out to be $100 million funnel. So let's just do this. So times by 4,750, and then that's also not including the trials. So this is what they are currently sitting at this month. I don't know what they're doing. So they're currently sitting at about 30 grand this month, just based on the analytics and also just based on this other. So they're literally only getting that many from Google, and there's CPC. So that's cost per click. is $6.11, which is very, very high. But it also makes me wonder what quality of leads are they getting in, because it kind of seems like they're just literally just getting anyone in. And it's like you can only get the right people in. Like so often, you got to be really tailored and really targeted towards who can get in. So the thing is, yes, they have probably about $100 million. Oh, I mean, they do. They have like a $100 million brokering funnel per annum in regards to the whole mortgages and everything. But there's a lot of things that they are lacking on ads, which we've already uncovered, which we've already gone through. So as you can see here, that's where the issues are occurring. That's where people aren't having enough data, aren't having enough resources, aren't actually figuring out, hey, I need to do this. Hey, maybe I need to do more statics like I have currently shown you within this video. So yeah, here's the thing. If you're a brokerage, real estate, or even if you're in the financial or property space, and if you're looking for someone to help you run better campaigns and also get people in with content, click the link below in the description, book a free call. As I said, it's a one-on-one application. I've only got 5 slots left for the month. And yeah, just give that a watch and then, not give that a watch, book in a call. We can have a bit of a chat, see if we actually work out, and then we can go from there. This is just me finishing off uncovering this funnel and seeing how I can help these guys out to improve. And yeah, also if you're mortgage pros, please just book in a calendar. Please just book in a book call, because I could honestly reckon I could help you guys make, like an extra 50, 100K a month. It's just simple understanding on what people move, what makes people tick. And the thing is that doesn't look like you guys have enough data. Well, obviously you guys have enough resources, but it doesn't look like you guys have enough data to move forward with, even though you should. But with the current ad set you're running with, it's kind of like what you need to do, how you need to improve. So yeah, if I was you guys, I'd click the link below in the description, claim your free call. We can have a quick one-on-one chat, see if we actually fit together. And yeah, other than that, that's it from me. Ciao.